This is Jesus. I wish to talk about the laws that come into effect when one asserts oneself in the material world and the spirit world. There is certainly the law of cause and effect, which means that every action that is taken, there is an equal and opposite reaction and response which takes place from those actions, thoughts, and deeds, which are a part of the individual. Thus, each individual creates conditions, atmospheres, energetic waves, which are a direct correlation to the individual's condition and emanations, whether that be from physical action or mental thought or spiritual expression and intention. These things all have their effects upon the earth plane, and correlate also with the spirit planes. So you create your reality by your thoughts and deeds. You draw to you many things by the law of attraction, which reinforce and inspire one in certain directions and ways of thought and being in the world. These aspects of life are often unrecognized because they are subtle and not necessarily direct in their actions and reactions to the individual. Yet, these things are powerful and continue to influence and have some bearing upon the individual's life. In conjunction with this is the law of compensation. Your actions and your thoughts create a condition within you, affecting and altering the light that you carry as an individual being. If your thoughts are dark, your emotions angry, destructive, fearful, your actions, which reflect this, will often reinforce these conditions and draw to you spirits who will also reinforce these conditions. If you think of the world as a coalescence of energy, many countless expressions of energy, then you can see that the energy forces that are within the world are interactive and are either drawn to or repulsed from other energies. So, within this complexity, one builds within oneself a reality, an energy signature, and condition within the mind and soul as well as the spirit body and the fleshy body, certain aspects and manifestations that are both positive and negative, that which sustains life and that which detracts from life, that which is loving and that which is not loving, that which is of fear rather than peace, sustaining faith and love. These opposites and dualities exist in the world and are in constant interaction. Thus, you find yourself challenged often, not necessarily because you have made the decision to create a dark or negative response within yourself and around you, but because often the conditions around you are dark and negative created by your brothers and sisters who are often ignorant of the fact that they are co-creating with all upon this planet the conditions of your world. Thus, you go to God in prayer, desire relief from these conditions and a blessing of light within your soul. You ask for the cloak of protection around you. You ask for the presence of your angel friends and bright spirits who assist you upon your journey in life. So you create a buffer between yourself and the predominate energetic conditions of your world. This is wise and important as you continue to grow and awaken within your soul and your minds toward greater light and truth, toward greater capacity to love and to be a channel for God, that His blessings may flow through you. All of these things contribute to your spiritual condition, the light within you. To create light within you, to awaken yourself to light, to love, to truth, is crucial for within these beginning steps of life which is your existence upon this world, you create the momentum, the power that carries you forward beyond this world when that time comes to shed the fleshy body. As a result of the light you create, the thoughts that you cultivate, the actions that you express in your world, you are honoring the law of compensation in a way that brings you blessings rather than burdens, for the law of compensation is a double-edged sword. It insists that every soul must strive toward light. But if that soul does not strive toward light, then it is obligated to be cleansed of the darkness within it, those memories and actions and conditions that it has created through a lifetime. Each of these actions and conditions and thoughts must be examined and released through the actions of this law. This can be a very arduous journey for a soul in the spirit world if that soul has indeed cultivated much darkness within it. It then is drawn to a place in the spirit world that reflects this and is in harmony with it. So, the struggle then is deep and difficult because the soul finds itself within a dark condition that in itself reinforces the darkness. They encounter others who are of the same condition, as the law of attraction draws them together. These souls cohabitate in what are the hells within the spirit world. There are many in such hells. Those hells have gradations and levels of darkness. Fortunately, there are few in the deepest of hells, but there are many within the grayness of those conditions, which are still considered hell. They do not understand the laws as they pertain to every soul. They do not come to a realization that they are responsible for their actions, and each action taken brings a correlating response and a demarcation upon the individual soul, which must be cleansed and released and healed in some fashion. For those upon what is called the natural path, this process can be very long and arduous, for they must come to acknowledge and to release each and every element of this condition, each memory and thought and energy that clings to that individual as a result of their actions on earth. This may take many hundreds of years, in your earth time, to accomplish this task and then and thereby to move on to the higher planes of light. But then, they cannot step into these planes in any meaningful way without having to reconcile these conditions within them, as the law of compensation has its effects. For those who walk in the world with a desire to be of light and of service to others, who wish to cultivate love, who desire to be in a harmonious condition, the law of compensation works in their favor, for rather than recompense for deeds that were done upon the earth, and therefore reflect upon the condition of the plane in which they reside, there is the benefit of the light cultivated within, which draws them to a place of light in the spirit world. These places are filled with joy and happiness. Although it is rare that the individual may come beyond the third sphere, which is a beautiful place indeed, still, they find themselves unburdened by the earthly condition, and able to engage in the spheres of light and all the wonderments that are contained within it. Their journey then is not hampered by the dark conditions that so many pass into the world of spirit have accumulated in their lifetimes. These fortunate few have either by will, or by their own nature and desire for light, bypassed these arduous journeys from darkness into light. Each individual contains conditions that are in need of healing and release, because none escape the earthly conditions to such a degree that they are free from all that hampers them in the earthly world. But if one chooses to grow their soul in divine love, to receive the Father's great gift of the essence of His soul into their souls, then the higher law is invoked, the law of love. The law of love dictates that the power of God's love within the soul will, in time, release the individual from all conditions that are not in harmony with love, thereby bypassing the law of compensation and bringing the individual to a place of purity with the power of love activated within the soul, healing and transforming all conditions, energies within the individual toward that of harmony, toward that of the transformed soul, that may only take place with the inflowing of the divine love. So, many benefit greatly from seeking to receive the divine love as they walk the earth. They have a great head start in comparison with many on this earth plane of yours. To be able to bypass the law of compensation is a great boon to any soul. To be able to walk in a light that is generated within the soul, this beautiful ember of love that grows and grows as the individual continues to receive more of this gift, puts them upon a path that is swift and beautiful and full of blessings. They cannot help but be drawn to those things that are of light, that are in harmony with God's creation, and to express themselves reflecting this, reflecting love, and to be guided by God, because God has opened up the channel between you and Himself through your desire to receive His love. In this way, then the power of this blessing is reinforced over and over again, with prayer. With prayer, one draws more of the essence, which in turn widens the channel between yourself and God, which in turn makes it be easier to receive. This self-sustaining loop continues to be reinforced by your efforts, your desire to be in harmony with God, and to receive the great blessing that He wishes to give, which is His soul's essence given to you by the actions of the Holy Spirit, another law brought into place within your lives that assures the continued growth of your soul and the expansion of your soul in love. As you can well imagine, the power of this love, the power of this reinforcing mechanism that comes with prayer and desire of the soul, is a powerful element that burns away and causes the disintegration of all conditions that are not in harmony with love, with the highest of love. So, you set into motion higher laws which respond accordingly, which is part of God's wondrous universe and creation, which dictates that certain laws may override other laws in order to create greater harmony with His creation. This great law of love is the highest of all laws and is able to override many other laws that are within the universe which dictate your own progress and condition. There are many, many benefits that come with the power of God's blessing of His essence within you. It opens up many aspects of your soul which lie dormant in most but can be activated by the power of love. Many doors of opportunity are open to you because as you grow in the Father's love and your soul faculties are activated, then you are able to perceive and know many things that are not recognizable by the mind, that is not in harmony with the soul. For most in your world, the mind is the most powerful and active agent that humanity utilizes in their lives. Thus, the soul does not have or is not empowered to assert itself in the world because it lacks the nutrients, which is the right gift from God to be empowered and activated in a way that will allow it to perceive and know things that are of soul and of God. God has created a wondrous universe. He has made for many opportunities and blessings to come to His precious children. His table is bountiful and full of many wonders where each individual may indeed come to feast upon the wondrous blessings of God. But they must desire to come to that table, to make the effort, to sit and be with God, to open themselves and absorb all the blessings that God has to give to them, to have faith that there is indeed more, an infinity of more blessings to behold and to receive. Rather than humanity absorbed in the conditions of the earthly plane and materialism that is so predominant within this plane, it would do all of humanity a great service to put aside this consciousness even for a moment and focus upon God, to be in prayer and contemplation, to be with God, for God is always waiting for the individual to be with Him, to be in communion with His great soul. God gave each individual a soul in order to experience and to connect with God's great soul. So I have said, like attracts like. So your soul, which is indeed a reflection of God, not in substance but in image, may indeed come close to God by the laws that are in place. As the individual comes to commune with God and to ask for the great blessing of His love, so that image becomes substance. So the soul is transformed and made into something that is more in alignment with God, not God Himself as some believe, but indeed, a reflection that carries the light and substance that is God's soul, thereby many perceptions, gifts, and abilities that cannot be activated any other way come into focus and come alive. Thus, the power of this love negates the power of the law of compensation. As one continues to grow in the Father's love, so that influence becomes great and in its power, works upon those things that are not in harmony with God's laws, God's love. They fall away in time. It is not instantaneous. Neither is the growing of the soul in God's love, for it is an incremental thing. But indeed, as one incrementally grows in love, so these conditions that are not of love, that are burdensome and often painful and out of harmony with God, are released, fall away, in response to this predominant influence that is the soul awakening. The quickest way to the purification of the soul is with the blessing of divine love. In this journey of purification, many things may be recognized and released in prayer, painful memories and conditions that emerge and come to consciousness. The wise soul will bring this to God and ask for God's forgiveness, the release of these things and the healing of this pain so that there is freedom from it. Again, faith is needed as one comes to God and asks for His blessings, His healing, His love to infuse you, every part of you, and bring greater harmony to you. May you continue to pray, my beloved and beautiful friends. May you continue to grow in the Father's love, and release all those things that are not of His love. You are being transformed in this process, healed, awakened, and light grows in accordance to your efforts, reflecting the light of your soul, that growing light, that burning ember that brightens and warms your soul and warms your being with love. You are given this freely, beloved souls. God wishes for all His children to be freed from the darkness and the pain that is part of your earth. This condition was never meant to be within your earthly plane, but was and is a result of the free will of man. Utilize the laws, beloved souls, so that you may free yourselves from these conditions and truly be in the light of the Father's love, the harmony of His love, to know His will in your life, to know God as a real and powerful aspect of your life that will guide and protect and heal and bring wisdom and love. As much as you desire, so it shall be given. May you blessed in love, healed in love, awakened in love and come to God in the true and wondrous way that is your soul opening to your Heavenly Father, your God who loves you so, unconditionally, powerfully, transformatively. May God bless you, beloved souls. I am your brother and friend, Jesus, Master of the celestial heavens, and I walk with you always, those who wish to be in light. I am your brother truly, and there to help uplift and serve and bring my love to assist you upon this journey. God bless you. God bless you all, beloved souls.